What is next? Just attaching internet gateway doesn't mean I can access via internet. It should be added to the routing table. So add internet gateway to the routing table. We'll talk in detail what is routing table. I'll talk in detail what is security group or what is that firewall setting. I'll talk it in a separate session. But for now, let's finish this exercise. Install HTTPD on EC2. So EC2 is nothing but your machine, correct? Virtual machine. So we used to do those things in local using Vagrant. I used to create a CentOS machine, but now we are doing the same in the cloud. Again, remember, we're just learning the basics. So don't think too much when we are going to use it and when we are going to do all those things. Right? We're trying to learn the basics. So what is next? So create index.html. Otherwise, Java home.html on. I want to create one HTML file there in my HTTP server. Finally, access from our laptop. So this is our exercise today. So if you have any confusions, if you have any doubts, you can stop me in the middle. We will discuss and we'll go on. Yeah. I want to configure my EC2 to accept only SSH plus HTTP. If someone is trying to reach with other port numbers, other protocols, it won't accept. So SSH is default. Come again? No, you can disable or you can enable. Yes. Let's say you configured SSH with different port number and put that in that security group. So if you want to do all those things right directly in your machine, probably you need to know some commands. You should know some commands. Using commands, we need to put all the restrictions there. But in cloud, UI based, right? User interface. Shall we start? So I am assuming you guys already have VPC. One second. You guys have that? Or I should add those things to the exercise. But I will show. If someone is not having it, let me do it first. So we need VPC and a subnet to launch this Ec2 instance. So please log into your console. So let me do it freshly. Let me clean up whatever I did last 2 days. Let me clean it up. Let me do it. The first of all, let me delete VPC itself. Someone. So go to VPCs. Go to VPCs. We have couple of, one is the one which we created, the other one is the default one. So let me remove my VPC there. So select this guy, action, delete VPC. Okay, what it says is this VPC contains one or more instances and cannot be deleted until those instances have been terminated. In this virtual private cloud, we have some EC2 instances. That's the reason I'm not able to delete it. First, it says go and delete them or stop them, terminate them. Go to EC2. It's very slow. It's slow. Someone is doing any downloads? All right. Which one? Yes, we need to terminate. No, my internet is slow. No one is using that, right? Probably for other than logging into console. So existing whatever we have created yesterday, we will keep it like that. You can delete it. Let's freshly do it. Yes. You can delete all existing, like the old VPC, please delete or keep it aside if you want. Or we can create a new one. Yes. Stopped, right? I need to terminate it. The machine is there, EC2 is there, but it is not terminated. It is stopped, meaning I can reuse it, right? So instance state terminate. That's the reason I'm not able to delete my VPC. Yes, terminate. For you, it's fast, very slow, but still for okay, maybe. Didn't expect this. So otherwise, let me show first, then you guys can do it. So leave your console like that, don't operate them. If any Geo, okay, at least I will use that. Its hotspot is open. The name NA GI M. Refresh it. Terminated. Fine. So let me go to VPC. Okay. So let me clean it up. Much better. Subnets also will be deleted, obviously, because depends on VPC. Right? It will be deleted. See, everything is gone now. Let me create it. So please take steps. If you're not able to do it, at least take the steps. See, we all know how to create a VPC. It's an easy one, right? So create VPC. Let me give it as DevOps demo. I'm naming it as DevOps demo. So CIDR block range. So I need to fix the IP address range to this virtual private cloud. See, sometimes choosing this range is also important. Choosing this range is also important. See this one. Let's say we have on-premise network and we are also in cloud. There is a company who has its own network on-premise plus some portion in the cloud. Correct. If you want to club these two, so I want to club the cloud infrastructure with on-premise. The CIDR block range, right? They should not clash. They should not clash. Let's say the CIDR block used in on-premise is 10.192 slash something. Better don't use the same. Use a different one. Why? Because we can easily club them. It's not conflict. It's not conflict. So please keep that in mind.
The ID should start with 10 on 10 only.
It can be anything.
Anything, right?
Yes.
4 classes.
Correct. 4 classes. Yeah. To remember it, I am putting it like 10 online.
What is the thing? Your IP address that you have been
See, whatever, whenever you launch EC2, the EC2 will get the IP address beginning with this one 10.192 dot subnet number dot your IP address.
company what
Well, it all depends. Right? Well, let's say I'm creating a fresh network for me. I don't have anything on premise. I'm creating this network very first time. I can choose anything. Let's say after that I'm creating one more. Then make sure it's not going to clash with the existing network. The reason is if you want, when you try to club, right, when you want to merge them, pair them, then the problem comes. If you're doing it the first VPC, it's your choice. Shall I create it? So tenancy, don't go for dedicated. It's going to be default. Create. We're done. So next we need a subnet. Yeah, take that one. Create a subnet. So I want a subnet to host my web servers. I want a subnet to host my web servers. Let me call it as web servers. Web servers. Choose the VPC. We have couple of, but we are interested in DevOps demo. Availability zone, I'm saying 2A. Anything is fine. Now anything is fine, but while designing, I will tell you the best practices. Cider block, we have a VPC. Inside VPC, we have a subnet. Correct. The subnet cider block must match with the VPC. 192.10. That is your range of VPC, correct? Sorry. Sorry. 10.192. That is your cider block range of VPC. It should be the same. Dot, let's say 1. This 1 is your subnet range. Your subnet range. Dot 0 slash 24. If I don't match the range, it won't work. See, if I say 10.191, it is not matching your VPC cider block range. It doesn't work. I'm telling my VPC is under 10.192. All the subnets, all the machines must be in the same range, right? Yes or no? Obviously. Fine. So create it. So in this subnet, I am going to host web servers. That's the idea. The web server is nothing but HTTPD in our exercise. So we are done with that networking setup. So what is next? Launch EC2 instance. Go to services, click EC2. So say launch instance. First, choose your Amazon machine image. Nothing but it's an image which contains operating system plus some pre-installed softwares. See this one. This is Linux machine along with some AWS command line tools, Python, Ruby, Java. Java is already there.
Okay.
It's called
Very easy to forget before this.
okay. See services under compute EC2. And click launch instance. Launch instance, right? I'm selecting this Amazon. So it's asking for instance type. There are different instance types with different CPUs, different memory, and some is compute optimized, some is graphical optimized, correct? And some data optimized. There are different types. So based on the need, we should choose that one. Let's say I'm creating a cluster for big data processing. I want to process big data, or someone wants to process big data. They ask me to create a cluster. Then probably I need to choose the family storage optimized. Storage optimized. See this one. We recommend these instances for NoSQL, like Cassandra, MongoDB, and Kubernetes, which benefit from high random I/O performance. I/O performance. See, we also recommend D2 instances for running large-scale data warehouse. Like if you are installing some data warehousing kind of softwares, probably this is the one. And I will give that table later. So one is storage optimized, the other one is memory optimized, meaning RAM. So if you're storing lots of things in the RAM, let's say we have Flipkart. When you add anything into the cart, where it stores in the server? Is it going to store in the database server? No. It stores in some, what is that? Uh, ah, temporary memory, kind of RAM. They use some caching frameworks. So in such cases, we need to go for memory optimized. GPU optimized. What is that? If you're processing images, videos, such things, then we should go for GPU optimized. Compute optimized. I don't need more RAM. I'm not going to put lots of things in the RAM. I don't need more data like IOs, input outputs. I'm not processing big data. I need a computing power. I have a complex logic in my system. It doesn't consume hard disk, it doesn't consume RAM. I need compute power. Then we go for compute optimized. And why do we have general here? Let's say I want a machine for development environment. Do we need any performance there? No. Correct. Such cases we can go for general purpose. So anyways, we'll be talking about those things in detail later. Let's see, there is a question. Mouse pointer is not visible. Not sure. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. So let's go on now. So I'm going with general purpose. T2 micro. Select that guy, which is a default selected. Configure instance details. So who decides all those things? Compute optimized, data optimized, memory optimized. Who decides all those things? No? Architects will decide. Cloud architects will decide. So administrator's job is to do what is instructed by the architect. Fine. Right. So now, number of instances. Let's say I'm creating a big data cluster. I need 10 machines of same type. I can say 10. It's going to create 10 EC2 instances for us. So don't try with 10. You'll be charged. I forgot to say. See, you can run one EC2 instance throughout your month. Throughout your month. So it is free for 12 months, right? And they have some limitation like this. You can run EC2 instances till 750 hours, which comes around 1 month. Let us say I am using two EC2 instances for 1 month, continuously for 1 month. They are running for 1 month. One is free, the other one is charged. Let us say I am running five EC2 instances for 1 week. Then I didn't use it for rest of 3 weeks. Still you are under 750 hours. Correct? Then it's going to be free. You also can run 2, 3 and make sure you're not exceeding that 720 or 750 hours mark. If you cross that, you'll be charged only for that. So I want only one. Choose a network where you want to launch this instance. We want it in VPC DevOps demo. And we have only one subnet. We are calling it as web servers. Yes, I want this machine under web server subnet. Assign public IP. Do we need it according to our exercise? Yes. By default, it is disabled. Enable it. IAM role, we are not interested now. Shutdown behavior, keep it default. The rest you can leave as it is now. Next one is we need to add the storage, the hard disk. So by default, see this one. Free tier eligibility, eligible customers can get up to 30 GB. So your limitation is 30 GB. If you say 100 GB, or remaining 70 GB you are charged. It is hourly basis. Hourly basis. But anyways, make sure you are inside that 30 GB. Again, we have different types here. Types there. See this one. General purpose SSD, provisioned IOPS, magnetic. We'll be talking about those things later. But for now, go with default selection, which is general purpose SSD. Don't change anything. Come there, just move on. Tags. Why we use tags? For billing. So if you want to see which service is consuming how much money, see here it's free. But when we do all those things in the production, in the companies, we need to tag it. Tags are used for understanding which service is consuming how much money. It is used for billing purpose. But I'm leaving it empty now. Or let me call it as web server 1. So next one is we need to configure security group, that is a firewall. In security group, you decide what ports you want to accept, what ports you want to deny. So according to our exercise, we want to open SSH plus HTTP. Shall I go? Yeah, please focus here. So we are under security group. What is the security group? That is where firewall comes into picture. Where you can stop, where you can allow the inbound access to your EC2 instance. Let me do one thing. See, we have a couple of options here. One, select existing security group. What's the other option? Create a new security group. Let me go with a new security group. So I'm choosing a new one. I want to name this security group Web Servers Security Group. See, generally, if you have 10 web servers, the kind of firewall settings will be same for all 10. Yes, no? Obviously, yes. Say I have two web servers. So I want to accept HTTP for both. Correct? Let it be one server, 10 web servers. The security group or the firewall configuration remains same for all. So in that perspective, I'm giving a name saying web servers security group. So whenever I create a web server, I can assign the same one, which is associated with the same firewall settings.
This when we are creating the security group,
Now I am creating new.
we have to remember this and apply for other.
No need to remember. The naming convention itself is enough for you to remember. You also can see, right, what is that? What are the rules in that security group? You can see that. Verify it and then assign it. I will take it. After this exercise, let me create one more web server. Then I'll show that.
Inbound access for instance or network.
Instance.
For instance.
Instance. The security group is a firewall for your instance. One is password, username password. Other one is this firewall. So according to exercise, what protocols we want to accept? SSH is one. What's the other one? So add rule, type HTTP. Source I am giving it as for all, but think of it. So if you want to expose this to the internet, complete world, then it should be the same. Let us say it is something specific to your network. Don't expose to all. Put the cider block range such that only machines in that range can reach this one. Understood? I should repeat. Let us say I am using Java home.in in this EC2. Obviously, it should be open for all. Correct. Let us say I have Jenkins server. So I want a server for Jenkins. So generally outside, we should not expose this to the internet, right? Or we should not expose this to the outside world. It is something specific to our network. For such cases, put the range of IP address, which is matching your network. Or let's say, well, I want to use it. Put my IP address. Kind of. So source you can open for all, or you can restrict that with some IP address range, or you can specify only your IP address also. Anyone can access provided again. See, now anyone can do SSH, but again they should have username password. That is second level of firewall, right? They can SSH, but they should have right credentials to SSH. So that is the warning here. Rules with source allow all IP address to access your instance. We recommend setting security group rules to allow access from known IP addresses only. It's giving a warning. So it's saying at least SSH, right? We should not open it for internet. It should be something specific to our network or our authorized IP addresses. That is what they're saying. So, shall I do one thing? I'll put it only from my IP address. See, now this is my IP address. Only I can SSH. So, can you SSH into my machine? No. You also do the same as a best practice. This was interview question. So, when we configure security group, how to specify only one IP address? IP address /32. Remember.
Question that we are restricting, as you said, restricting to our IP only. But when I'm selecting my IP, the IP address is disabled. Means we cannot customize that IP.
Come again?
So it will take the by default what VPC selected.
No, it will allow only my laptop.
The laptop.
Only my laptop. Only from my laptop I can do SSH.
Now the IP address which it has taken now, but which one is that IP address of your laptop?
IP address of my laptop in that network.
Automated tab.
Huh?
Automated.
Yes, yes, yes. Just put my IP, it comes automatic. I'm just telling you that we can mention only specific IP, or we can mention range of IP, or we can open it for all. So now the warning has gone. For HTTP it's fine, we need to open it, otherwise no one can come to your site, right? Website. Okay. Shall I go next? The review and launch.
There we have it. That's one.
Any question there? Shall we go forward? So review and launch. So we have chosen all the things. We have chosen AMI, the first one. Second, instance type. So configuring instances, storage, tagging, security group, the last option. Shall I say launch? Now this key pair. What is this key pair? So one way of logging into remote machine is SSH followed by username password. The other way is using a key pair. Using a key pair is more secured than using username password. So we use this key pair for SSH. This key pair acts like a password. If I give this key pair for you, probably you can use it for logging in. But my IP address setting says no one else can do that, right? Even though I share my key pair file, the firewall will stop you because you're doing it from a different IP address. So again, couple of options. Choose existing key pair or create a new key pair. What do you want? Shall I do it new one? So new, I'm calling it as DevOps demo. DevOps demo. First, download this file. Oh, is it? I'll say DevOps demo 1. Okay, download it. It's on my machine. I can use it as a password. Shall I say launch? So we have given all the details. The EC2 is not yet created. It's collecting all the information from us. When I say launch, it creates a virtual machine in the cloud for us. Now it is creating a VM in the cloud. Come down, say view instances. One is terminated, one is in pending mode, meaning it's trying to create and it's trying to boot. Otherwise, we call it as it's spinning up. The instance is spinning up. Terminated meaning it is not in use. We're not going to pay anymore for this one. After some time, this will disappear. Terminated will disappear. Yeah, now it is running. Shall I try to SSH into this machine? Yes, no. We also assigned public IP, right? So let me open the terminal. In your case, open git bash. The reason is, see, you're using Windows, correct? Windows doesn't come with SSH by default. If you have installed git bash, from there you can use SSH. You cannot use SSH from command prompt. All of you install git bash, I think, right? So right click on your desktop, wherever, and open a git bash. In my case, I am opening my terminal. Yeah, you can. Git bash, you don't have it? You can download it. Shall we go? So where is my DevOps demo 1 file? Downloads. Where I am currently under my user home. CD downloads. Otherwise, SSH minus I. I is nothing but I stands for identity, the password. So there is no password, we have a key file. What is that? DevOps demo 1. The location of the key file. What's the username? Ec2 instance. Huh? What is that? Ec2 user, right? What's the username we use this? So yeah, those things you can find in documentation. For Ubuntu, username might be different. For Amazon Linux, the username is ec2-user.
Default.
Yeah, default. At the IP address. IP address of your EC2 instance. See, there we said vagrant up. What is that? Vagrant. How to log in there? I forgot the command. What we use in vagrant? Vagrant up to spin up your machine. I think vagrant that node name. I think so. That logs in your into the node. That's right. Later, what happened? Something is wrong.
Internet gateway.
Internet gateway.
Internet gateway.
Oh, right. Correct. I forgot. One second. One second. Hold on. Let me finish this. Yes, finish. Using this, you can. Okay. Sorry. 1 second, please. What is next? So we don't have an internet gateway. That's the reason we are not able to SSH into that. What is next? So create internet gateway and attach internet gateway to the VPC. Where to find? It comes under VPC. You can find internet gateway under VPC. So I'm going with that. So VPC. See in the left hand side dashboard, you can see internet gateways. Internet gateway. Create internet gateway. I want to name it as DevOps Demo IGW. DevOps Demo Internet Gateway. I'm creating it. See, by default, it is detached. We have a gateway, but we are not attaching this to any VPC. What is next? Attach to VPC. Should I wait? Should I wait or I can proceed? Attach to the VPC. we get couple of VPCs. One is default, the one which we created right now. If I want to attach this to DevOps demo VPC. Yes, attach. Our data center got internet now. All happens in seconds.
I can link that which is available.
Which one? Yeah. Old one.
Create new.
Yes. What is next? Last one. Add internet gateway to the routing table. So we have internet gateway, correct? But it is not in the routing table, meaning there is no route, there is no way to access the data center with internet gateway. So we need to add it to the routing table such that if anyone comes to that internet gateway, via that we can reach our data center. So let's get into routing table or route tables. That also comes under, what is that? This also comes under your VPC dashboard. All these are networking related. It comes under VPC. So we have two routing tables, correct? One is for default VPC. Other one is for our DevOps demo. Which one we should modify? DevOps demo. So I'm selecting the second one. Click this routes. There is one default route. We'll talk about those things later. Edit. Add another route. What is the source? Anywhere. From anywhere. 0.0.0.0/0. So any IP address, if I'm getting requests from any IP address, put that on this internet gateway. That's the meaning. Anyone can access this internet gateway. Via this, they can access our data center. Again, there are different firewall settings. See, I want to do HTTP. I want to send a HTTP request to my EC2. Correct. I can access via internet. That's it. Or I am doing SSH. I want to access that via internet. If I don't put this, you won't get access to that. I mean to say, you won't get access to that VPC or instances in the VPC. Save this one. That's it. Now the setup is ready. See that now we got some access. Are you sure you want to continue connecting? Yes. Okay, again the permission issue. What it says, the key file I am having is open to all. It is saying restricted. You are not able to see login. What it says? Permissions 0644 for DevOps demo.pem are to open. Don't open for other users. Restrict for other users. Even we faced the same problem yesterday. How to solve it? Change mode. This is the one, right? Downloads. No. What it says, the permissions file, a key file, is open for all. It says don't make it open for all. Restrict and you have only that access. I think in your case you may not get that problem. From Windows, I don't think so you'll be getting that problem. Git bash.
Yeah. You have two options. You get from Git bash from the Windows
You're installing it, go with default. I will see. I will see. Shall I do now? See, log into that. See, I got access. Now I am inside my virtual machine, Ec2 Instance, which is in my cloud. See this? I'm all now. I logged into my virtual machine with help of SSH. Can you log in? No. I mean, to my machine. You can log into your machine. So, can you SSH into my machine? No. The reason the firewall doesn't allow you to do that because it accepts only my IP address. In SSH, I said source can be my IP address. Only I can SSH. No one else can SSH into this. Okay, see, there is no password for EC2 user. The password is nothing but that key file. The generated key pair that is going to act like a password.
I put command SSH and getting could not resolve question.
Where you're doing it?
Git bash out the downloads. I've selected that path to downloads. And then I'll go to the command SSH.
I'll come. First let me finish our exercise, then I'll come to you. So what is next? See, when I selected Amazon Machine Image, what it was saying? Java was already there, right? Try that one. It's there. I didn't install any Java. It's still there. Even it said Ruby, correct? See, Ruby is also there. When we selected Amazon Machine Image, it said there are some pre-installed softwares. It's already there. No need to install all those things. What is next exercise? Now see, we are inside our virtual machine, EC2. What is the next exercise? Install HTTPD. How? Sudo. For installation, we need root access. That's the reason I'm doing sudo yum install HTTPD. I say yes. Completed. Service HTTPD status. It says insufficient for privileges. Sudo HTTPD is stopped. How to start it? Those things it's already covered in your Unix Linux. How to start it? Sudo service HTTPD start. Okay, it's running now. What is left? Uh-huh. That is our part of our exercise, right? I want to install HTTP server. I want to create some HTML and I want to access it from my browser. See, as part of our exercise, that's there.
Why we need HTTP?
It's an Apache server. Apache server. Just to play with. So I have EC2. I'm trying to install some web server, and I'm trying to host my website for it. So what is next? We are done till 6th point. I need to create HTML file on HTTPD server. So look at this. This is your server, HTTP server, slash where www. See, when you install HTTPD, then only you see this location. This is the location where we host our web applications on Apache server. Understood? So if you want to host your website, for example, on an Apache server, the location is this one, where www/html. So I want to create javahome.html file there, and I want to access that from my web browser. So cd into that vi javahome.html. I want to say welcome to Apache server on EC2. Save, quit. I don't have permissions. Okay. Let me do it with sudo. So, so whatever I'm putting here is HTML code. H1 stands for header. The text will be displayed in bigger font. Welcome to Apache server on EC2 instance in cloud. Just some dummy message there. Escape, shift colon, save, quit. So done? Yeah. Can we access that file from anywhere? Even we can try. What's IP address? What's IP address? EC2. HTTP, correct? That is my EC2 instance. Colon 80. Even if you don't mention 80, that is by default. On this server, which file we want to access? Javahome dot. Can we see that? Yes. It's a kind of, we created EC2 and we installed server on that and we are running our website. Or we are running our web application. So done with our exercise.
I can add Java, JSP, everything.
If you want Java, install Tomcat, put Java.
Same HTML code only.
No. For Tomcat, the location will be different. See, no, this is Apache. See, Apache Tomcat is different. Just Apache is different.
To install that?
Same, we have a procedure for that. You have to download the Tomcat tar file, untar it, move it to some location. From there, start your server and start deploying your web application. This is one option. Cloud provides even easy option. There is Elastic Bean Stack. Go with that. Everything is done by your cloud itself. Just browse your WAR file. It set up everything.
So what is Elastic?
Bean Stack.
So in this Git batch, how will you go for this SSH? Because it is not
Don't use it. From here, not. Once you log into the machine, then you need sudo. For SSH, we need sudo. SSH -i, location of a key page file, username, @IP address. Let me do one thing, just a moment.